Yes, it was precisely in the Novopavlivka direction that a few weeks ago the enemy took advantage of bad weather, specifically a very dense fog. The fog was so thick that you couldn't see anything even a couple of meters ahead. If you stretched out your hand, even the end of your arm was already blurred. They took advantage of it, and 12 units of heavy equipment came through. Basically, all that equipment was stopped, it was halted. And well, yes, we received an exchange fund, to be honest. The exchange fund arrived and we gathered people. Right now, you can see in these shots how our brigade is capturing more Russians, taking them prisoner with the help of a drone. This is a common tactic nowadays. Basically, robotic systems now rule and dominate the battlefield.
Mr. Ron, as I understand it, you were talking about the breakthrough towards Novopavlivka. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
Are the Russians able to gain a foothold there? If you take prisoners, do any Russians remain in the settlement itself?
No, as soon as they got in there, FPV drones immediately started taking them out. Rapid response teams started moving in, and the combat reconnaissance platoons also did a great job there. Vampires are constantly working, and they're dropping munitions from above. No one is able to hold their ground there. Even on Deep State, you can see that it's purely a gray zone. The gray zone was their last route into Novopavlivka.
And dear viewers, you can help make sure that all routes become the last ones for the Russians so they can't survive or break through anywhere. And you can donate using this QR code on your screen or use the card number if that's more convenient for you. Let's help the 42nd Separate Mechanized Brigade raise the necessary funds to repair their vehicles. Vehicles aren't just for delivering ammunition, they're also for evacuation and for being able to change positions when needed. So please, let's help our soldiers raise the necessary amount and repair all those vehicles that are currently working on the front line. Join this fundraising effort. Both the QR code and the card number are on the screen for your convenience. Please remember that every HRivnia counts. Let's support our military with donations. Mr. Ron, before we get to the village of Ivanivka, I want to ask you something. A week ago, the Defense Forces managed to clear the village of Ivanivka in the Dnipropetrovsk region. What is happening there now? Is the enemy trying to regain control in any way? Is the intensity of assaults increasing, or is it staying the same?
Miss, I apologize, but Ivanivka is not in our area. It's not our responsibility, no. But I can say that there are no problems coming from there.
Mr. Ron, then please tell us about the tactics. Has the enemy's tactics changed at all recently?
No, the enemy's tactics remain unchanged. They try to infiltrate in small groups. Right now, with the arrival of these already wintry periods, everything has fallen, all the leaves are gone. Basically, they still try to move through the tree lines because across the field, well, the field is sticky, it's all mud, you can't get through there. They try to move along the tree lines, and well, let's imagine the scene of a Russian infantryman or assault trooper who is dropped off, say, 20 kilometers away, and on his own 2 feet trudges through the mud, through what they call the open area that's open terrain, trying somehow to move from cover to cover, from one foxhole to another. And they're constantly being targeted, constantly being hit by drone systems, heavy bombers, mortars, aviation, and artillery. Well, the tactics remain unchanged because, in principle, the enemy units no longer have much drive or resources left. There is some, but they're being forced into it. It's motivation through fear, but that's a kind of motivation that can't compare to the motivation of our units.
And dear viewers, you can help our soldiers demotivate the enemy even more and destroy them. All the Russians who are advancing in the Novopavlivka direction, you can help support our soldiers who are holding the defense there. There's a QR code on your screens and also a card number. Remember, there's no such thing as a small donation. Any amount that's comfortable for you, 10, 20, 50 hryvnias, or if you can give more, 1,000 or 2, please do. Everyone is fully supportive and will be immensely grateful to you because you are the ones providing support. It's our mission to support our soldiers. So please, let's all come together and support our defenders from the 42nd Brigade with donations as they hold the line in the Novopavlivka direction. The QR code and card number are on your screens. I ask each of you to donate and to help our soldiers more actively, because it is our duty here in the rear to support those who are now on the front line. Mr. Ron, can you tell us, are the Russians currently bringing in reserves? Are they perhaps conducting rotations? What are you observing?
Well, I wouldn't say these are reserves. They are constantly trying to maintain the pace of their offensive. These small sabotage groups, they keep coming. If they keep coming all the time, then basically, yes, they are finding these resources somewhere. And it seems to me that we've already ground down more than one brigade and more than one reserve that they've pulled in here. To say that there's just one unit or say two Russian units operating here, that's basically impossible. It's a real mix here, and they're always trying to rotate them. Because, for example, the most recent prisoners we took weren't even from this direction at all. They had just arrived here, and now they're already part of the exchange pool. Maybe we'll be able to get one of our Cossacks back and bring him home.
Dear viewers, I want to emphasize once again that the fundraiser for the 42nd Brigade is still ongoing. Please join this fundraiser. There's a QR code on your screens, and just below it is the card number. Our defenders specifically need funds for vehicle repairs. These vehicles are extremely important for evacuation, for delivering ammunition, and for repositioning when necessary. So please, let's help them repair these vehicles so they can be effective on the battlefield and save lives. Save the lives of our defenders. Please join in and remember there is no such thing as a small donation. Mr. Ron, you've mentioned several times now that you managed to replenish the exchange pool, that is, to capture Russians. What do they say? Have their stories or excuses changed at all, like the tales about ending up somewhere by mistake or sneaking in somehow?
Not now. Now there's only one story. I had no choice. I was forced forward. Somewhere in the rear, they caught me for something, pinned some trivial thing on me, blew that triviality out of proportion, made up some lies, and sent me here. Most of them are like that now. A lot of people who went to Russia for work, they went there for jobs, and they were promised one thing, but now we see where they've ended up. The story hasn't changed at all.
I see. I want to remind our viewers once again that the fundraising is ongoing and you still have a chance to donate. Scan the QR code, write down the card number, and be sure to donate today for our soldiers. This conversation is coming to an end, so get active and do it a bit faster. Mr. Ron, first of all, I want to thank you and your comrades for defending our homeland. And thank you for finding the opportunity to join our broadcast today. Let me remind you that we were joined by the Chief Sergeant of the Unmanned Aerial Systems Platoon of the Brigade Reconnaissance Company of the 42nd Separate Mechanized Brigade, named after hero of Ukraine, Valery Hudz, with the call sign RON. Thank you.
Thank you.
And our next story is about strikes by the defense forces on temporarily annexed Crimea. A special unit of the main intelligence directorate, the primary defense unit, destroyed a Russian multi-role MiG-29 fighter jet at the Kacha military airfield there.
And that same night, Ukraine struck near Simferopol at the Irtysh airfield radar complex. How our special forces are systematically weakening Russian air defense, anti-aircraft missile systems, and now even the enemy's fighter aviation on the peninsula. Elvina Saibulaeva will tell you more.
Confident and determined, the ghosts of our intelligence fly into temporarily occupied Crimea, targeting military units near Simferopol. A radar complex comes under attack. Next, a new target, the Kacha airfield near Sevastopol. Our forces destroy a MiG-29.
Today we are indeed able to effectively fly through the formidable Russian air defense system, successfully reaching their well-protected airfields and then precisely striking designated targets, specifically this advanced MiG-29. This highly versatile multi-role fighter aircraft truly allows the Russians to comprehensively control the vital airspace, to actively look deep into our sovereign airspace, to constantly threaten us and our valuable aerial firepower with their sophisticated countermeasures, posing a significant and ongoing challenge.
Although our defense forces are not physically present in Crimea yet, there are results. In the past 2 weeks, GUR fighters have struck 8 enemy military targets. Specifically, the targets hit included a Su-24 bomber, an antenna in a radome, a radar station, an Orion Strike UAV, 2 Podlian radar systems, a Russian Army freight train, and in addition, a Ural truck.
The destruction of radars and radar systems is significant, as these are quite expensive systems. That is, each of these systems can cost anywhere from tens to hundreds of millions of dollars for one thing. Secondly, some types of these radar systems simply cannot be quickly replaced or repaired.
Over the years of occupation, Russia has turned the Ukrainian peninsula into a military base. But the destroyed aircraft shows that the enemy does not fully control Crimea, and any equipment there is under threat of being hit.
The aircraft that Russia uses quite actively are those that are in fairly good technical condition. After all, out of the slightly more than 260 aircraft that Russia had at the beginning of 2023, we have to understand that a significant portion of them, up to 50%, may be in poor technical condition, and up to a third overall may even be unfit for use.
One of the key objectives is to destroy the Russian air defense system and deprive the occupiers of control over the skies.
Ukraine has military capabilities as well as economic and in fact psychological ones. Here it is the combination of all these capabilities that allows for such strikes to be delivered. This reduces the Russian potential in Crimea. This gives us the ability to fly further, for example, to our temporarily occupied Ukrainian Kuban and strike enemy oil refineries.
Galvina Saibulaeva, My Ukraine Marathon, United News.